So I'm back with another video, and today I'll be talking about my C-section story. I have a 1-year-old daughter, and her name is Noriel. Um, so let me start off. My due date was June 27, 2014, and she came a week, exactly 7 days, June 20th, 2014. A little bit background about my pregnancy. I had a pretty easy pregnancy, a pretty well pregnancy, I would say. I only got sick all of 2 times. I was like happy to get morning sickness. Um, yeah, the most thing I experienced heartburn towards the end, 9 months. But they say if if you have heartburn, your baby's gonna have a lot of hair, and she did. So I don't know how true that is. So yeah, I worked up until a week before she came. I went to work. I walked a lot, and so I had a pretty easy pregnancy. And so June 19th, I was at my boyfriend's mom's house with her, and his sister, and we were just lounging at the house. And she at the time she had a 1-year-old daughter herself, and I was like, you know, when is your cousin gonna come? And then, no lie, she came up to me, and I was laying on my back. She was like, she put her head on my belly, and she was like, baby, baby. And I was like, you know, tell your cousin to come. When is she coming? So, no lie, about maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes after that, I'm feeding her. I went to the bathroom, and I was like, oh my goodness. I went to wipe, and I had like a something. It was not normal. So I was like, oh my God, is this my mucus plug? What is this? I don't know, because it's been nothing going on down there. Literally 30 minutes after that, my contractions came. Like, they came. So I was in denial. I was like, no, she's not due for another week. She's not supposed to be here. Like, I'm not ready. Wait a minute. So I went walking with my sister-in-law, or yeah, we call each other sister-in-law. I went walking with my sister and walked around the block. This was like around 6:30. I was like, okay, let's take some time, because I didn't want to go to the hospital and then they'd be like, you're not even nowhere near close. So I went back home. I didn't want to go back home. So I waited till they got to where I couldn't stand it no more. I was like, okay, by that time it was about 11:30 at night, and I was like, okay, well, let's just go see what they say. You know, let's just go see. I went up they put me in a wheelchair. I went up to the floor. I signed in. As soon as I signed in, the nurse was like, okay, we're going to take you in the observation rooms. As soon as she said that, my water broke. She was like, oh yeah, you need a room. Yeah, you need a room. So they put me in the room. They hooked me up to everything. What ended up happening, her heart rate was dropping with every contraction. So yeah, her heart was dropping with every contraction. So they would turn me over. They was doing different things to see if it was like something temporary or something permanent. Nothing worked. So they stopped my contractions about, I think it was about maybe like 1:32 at this moment. So she was like, well, you're gonna have to have a C-section. I was like, okay. I got over it. I was like, I have to have a C-section, just get her out healthy. I just want to see my baby. So I thought we was gonna do it like right then and there. They were like, no, the doctor's not here. So my family, it was my mom, my boyfriend, his sister, and my best friend. We just went to sleep. Okay, so I'm sleeping. The reason why I was sleeping, because as soon as I got there, I had an epidural. Not as soon as I got there, but I asked the nurse. When I got there, I was about 4 centimeters. While, you know, hooking up and everything, they checked me. I was about 4 centimeters, and I was like, well, when's the latest I can have an epidural? And she was like, 8 centimeters. I said, well, when's the earliest? She was like, you can have one now. And I said, you know, just to be on the safe side, let me just have one now, because I don't want to punk out later on knowing I want this in the beginning. So I went ahead and had that. So then, you know, after that, we went to sleep waiting for the doctor. They woke me up about 5 o'clock, And they said, well, the doctor's here. Are you ready to see your baby? And they wheeled me in. They upped my dose of the medicine. Yeah, that's the letters. And they upped my dose of the medicine, and I went in and had my baby. Literally, that was like 20 minutes. The most thing about that was it felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest, and I was like, I can't breathe, like I can't breathe. And the guy was like, you're getting 98% oxygen, you can breathe. I was just like, oh, okay. So they cut me open. I heard her cry. I started crying. It was, very emotional. Her dad was in there taking pictures and stuff, and so it was very emotional. I was so happy to have my daughter out in the world. And she was 5 pounds, 13 ounces, 20 inches long, and everything else was okay with her as far as health wise. So while in the hospital, I was in that hospital 3 days. I had a regular C-section recovery. In the hospital, I know some people experience pain after the fact. Even with medicine, I wasn't like that. I didn't have any pain with the help of the medicine that they gave me in the hospital. Now, I was there 3 days. They told me I need to walk. I didn't walk to the last day because nobody made me. I tried to walk to the bathroom like twice, and then other than that, I didn't move. I was like, no, I need to not move. So we got discharged from the hospital. Everything was good. And after that, I was just so ready to go home and be home with my baby. We went straight home. I didn't go to the pharmacy to pick up my medicine. I was like, oh, okay. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. You just had major surgery. You need to go get some medicine. I didn't think about it. I didn't, put them past it. I never had anything major happen to my body. So I went straight home. That night was the worst night of my life. I felt like I was ripped open in half, which I was, but I felt like it. I was just in agonizing, excruciating pain, and it was just a bad night. Like, the baby was crying. It's my first night with her. I'm crying. My stomach's in pain. My boobs hurt. I'm telling my boyfriend, like, please help me. Like, I don't know what to do. Help me. He didn't know what to do. He trying to cover me and cover the baby, and I was trying to breastfeed, and it was just all bad. So that next morning, his mom went to go get the medicine. Like, I was like, please, if you don't do nothing else. She went early at 8 a.m. as soon as they opened and got the medicine. So I was like, I cannot do this. I can't go on like this. So yeah, that was like the worst part of having a C-section for me. That first day home, that first night home was just so bad. And then, I was just adjusting to being able to move, and I really took my time moving, but I didn't have any major issue. Just when I sneezed, it hurt, and so I was like trying to like not sneeze, like trying to hold it in because it was in my stomach. But other than that, like, I was okay. I recovered well. I went the 6 weeks checkup, and they said that my scar actually healed up pretty nice. Like, it's basically invisible, almost invisible. I know it's there. That's my battle scar. And so, P. And so, I'm gonna leave with saying this. Everybody pregnancy has a different experience with their pregnancy. Even if you're pregnant more than one time, you might have your first pregnancy and it'd be easier or more, more of, I won't say easier, but a different experience. Every pregnancy is going to be different, and some are more challenging than others, but no two pregnancies, no two stories are the same. Of course I wanted to have my baby natural, but that wasn't in the plans for me. And in the future, I want to be a candidate for a VBAC, which is a vaginal birth after cesarean. But, if it's meant to be, it will happen. And that note, let me get back to this little girl. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.